my eye.
So how did you like that?
A lot less complicated than what you're going to show me with this, I think.
So, well, it's actually...
This is probably going to be a little bit more easier for me to comprehend, only because I've seen the other realms go through, so this isn't going to be as...
So, why...
That's the original tarot cards, huh? Like
yes.
With the actual pictures, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's going to show me how this works with the original cards.
So then it shows how... because Scott and I were just talking about the versatility of this tool. This tool is very versatile. Any deck. There's hundreds of decks out there.
Right.
It could be used.
I have a totally different deck than these sitting at home.
Yeah. It can be used with this because it's about where they sit. You know what I mean? This is about the meaning of these numbers as it relates to the person. It also relates to a position on the body. The number 1 being the feet. The number 5 is the navel, the center of the person. The number 9 representing the head. The number 0 representing the heart of the matter.
So am I going to lay them out the same way she did?
Yeah. You can start any direction you want or whatever. But you can't start there. No kidding.
Anywhere but there.
What were you thinking, though? Why?
Always seen them in like
One
the
thing
5
I noticed
card
is these are
layout.
almost the same width as these things.
Right?
You could
Yeah.
set them all out there really nice and they would fit.
Yeah.
They almost angle upright for it.
Yes, they do. Almost. Right? So.
We tried. That's all that counts.
So, yeah. So, this is about,
So now I can look at these and see your cards, and be able to take the person out of the...
Take the person out of it, right? So this is about a message, a new set of instructions, new message, new song for your spirit, right? So that you can discern the truth. It's a new way to look at the truth, okay? So that card connected to the number 7, you triumphing in your body, or triumphing in the principle of prosperity. So look at the card, how it connects to the number 7. This card is about he's endured the heat of the day. He's triumphed through the day so that he can triumph in the principle of prosperity, because prosperity is represented by the harvest. See how it's connected to the number 7?
Mm-hmm.
So when anybody gives it a different meaning that's contrary to the number 7, then they create conflict in their own tool. Or because most people don't use numbers.
Right.
So, but those are the two things that you need to be aligned with your pathway. So does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? So it doesn't matter what set deck we use. It's about the pathway. So this next one's about what you need to be whole. Okay? So it's about, so there's the same one that Mike had, right?
Right. The
so you can,
swords.
yeah. So, and if you look carefully, there's 3 on this side, and there's 5 on this side. So being sure and being centered allows you to attain freedom. You see, they're connected numbers. This is read like a 35. If you look at the numbers, because all numbers have sets of numbers within them. Okay? Which all equals about attaining. Attaining the truth sets a person free, because the truth shall set you free. And you have to attain it first.
Right.
Where do you see the 35, like how it's
3.
backwards?
3 on this, no, 3 on this side and 5 on that side, so 35.
Yeah, it's like this. This one's a 16. Or a 61.
Oh.
See how they're
Okay.
very beautifully designed. It's people not being able to see what they really mean. If you focus on the numbers in the suit, then it's easier to see the meaning of the card. And understanding that numbers have meanings within them. Right? So this is about being aligned and being correct and complete. He's aligned with the task. He's following that correct and complete principle. And he triumphs because of it.
Right.
You see what I mean? So this is about, the knight is about putting something into action. He's the one that executes
Right, which is
what
one
needs
of them
to
that
be
I got
done,
the last
right?
time.
So this is
Acting
about,
on the soul.
yeah, so this is about putting the truth, swords, into action, or acting upon the truth. Because the truth will set you free. See how they're connected?
Mm-hmm.
These are the two cards that you need to be whole in your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're connected. So then what makes you sure in your life? Got a lot of truth going on here. So,
Right.
it's about the whole truth. 2 is about being whole. Both sides of it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You get both stories, you know? Impartial. You know, you've got all these symbols in there, right? But the whole truth. Okay? And it's about the bestowal of truth. The king is the one that bestows something you didn't have. So what makes you sure in your life right now is the bestowal of some truth you didn't have before. Okay? And the bestowal of that truth allows you to see the whole truth. Because truth makes a person whole. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's needed to make you sure in your life. So,
Do not trick me.
any thoughts
into
about all that?
This time again. No, seriously, last time Joe called, Cream was like, here, want to talk to Tasha? As I'm going like this, it was done already, too late.
So,
Heck, is that moon winking or something? What is that?
every time they show the moon, the sun's behind it. Because the light of the moon is the sun.
Okay. Well, in this one, the crescent moon's there, but the sun's not.
Yeah, when it's a crescent, yeah. But if it's a
When it's
whole,
full.
you know what I mean? They always
Okay.
like have the moon and the sun together.
That's interesting.
Yes, because it's related, right? It's like the moon attains its light. It's the number 8. It's about attaining again from the sun. So there's a division in these numbers.
And I got the cups.
It's about being aligned, being whole, and being centered. That's how a person attains emotional peace. This is about attaining peace. Okay? This is the foundation. This is the element you need to have a solid foundation. Right? And being whole in your body, or being whole in your ability to prosper. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's the number 8 symbol, the infinite symbol, you know. There's all these symbols that they have in here. You know, when you read the pictorial guide to the tarot cards,
Mm-hmm.
the infinite symbol is connected to the Holy Ghost. That's what he says it's connected to. So it's an interesting symbol that he connects. But anyway, it's about being whole in your body and attaining emotional peace. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the foundation for you right now. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the number 5 is about being centered. So being centered is about being connected to the voice of truth. So this is the 5 of Cups. Okay? Because when a person is connected to the voice of truth, then their emotions respond to the truth. Because that same voice gives understanding. So, I mean, a person gets stuck on the one thing it's describing. He doesn't see the 2 cups that aren't spilled. He doesn't see the bridge over troubled water. He doesn't see the peaceful house. All he's focused on is the 3 losses. That's an emotional focus on loss. But if he was centered in
Right.
eternal truth, right, because this is a 23. It's the third 5. It's about being centered. Because when a person's centered, their emotions are always right. He would see. He would, right? Which would, right? And the number 2 is about being whole. He would have a bridge. He would see the path over the troubled water. He would see the place of rest. You know what I mean? There's all these different symbols in there.
Right.
But it's about being, but overall, it's about being centered in your emotions. Right? Because if you're at peace, if your emotions are balanced, it allows a person to be connected to the voice of truth. It works both ways.
Right.
You know? Emotional upheaval can be one of the reasons we get disconnected. You know what I mean? So this picture's about the disconnect of what's going on with the person.
Right.
So
trying to find the reconnection.
Yeah, same with this. This is about the number. So both of these cards show the negative side of the principle. That the fulfillment of truth often brings sorrow or regret or remorse. The opposite of being content. But the number 9 is about fulfillment and being content in the truth. You see what I mean? So the focus is the opposite, right? The focus is the opposite in the picture, but it still doesn't take away from what's the principle. That the fulfillment of truth brings contentment. These are all connected words in that thought. Because the number 9 is about contentment, fulfillment.
But looking at the picture, the girl looks like she's crying, or
yes, right?
Sorrow,
yeah.
Something bad has happened.
Right?
Or she just had a nightmare.
Let's see here. 1 to D4, 1 to D5. Did I mess up somewhere? No, I wrote this down already. Oh, I wrote that one, but not this one. Okay, that's what's going on. But you see how they're connected? And so the picture can throw a person off.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
That's, and just, everybody, see, energy tools will work however a person directs them. It's not like the tool isn't working for the other person directing them. See, there's the moon and the sun connected. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're directing it that way, but the efficiency of the tool, the power of the tool has to do with removing all the blocks within the tool, all the conflicts within the tool. So that all of that flows. You see what I mean? So this is about the number 0. That's all it's about. So when you think about the number 0 is represented by the element of light.
The heart.
Right? The heart of the person. The being understood. And the meaning of 0 is satisfaction and enjoyment. So this is what's going on in the picture. Right? This is the same fruit as represented in this as the tree of life. If you look at this fruit, and you were to look up the lover's card, which is Adam and Eve in the garden, all of those fruits, like the high priestess, has the same kind of fruit behind her. It's about the fruit of the tree of life. There's a connection there because of the fruits of the Spirit are faith, hope, and charity. Mm-hmm. All of those kinds of connected symbols within. But the focus of it is 0. It's the center of all things. That's why you have the sun. It's the center of the solar system. All of these connected thoughts.
Right.
Same with this. So this is the moon. Okay, it's the number 18. Right? So this is about fulfillment and contentment of an understanding of the world around you. So look at the symbolism in here. It's out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses that the truth is established. So you have 2 pillars. If you think about the tower card, it's 1 tower, not 2 towers. Therefore, it's struck down because it's not true. The wisdom of man is a lie. See what I mean? What the card means?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Justice card, 2 pillars. You've got the High Priestess card, 2 pillars. The Hierophant card, 2 pillars. The number 2 represents the principle of 2 or 3 witnesses establish the truth. They represent the meaning of the numbers. 2 establishes something, 3 makes it sure. This is how the numbers are all connected, right? That they paint a story. So the Moon card is the card that represents Jesus Christ in the deck. Because he's the light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehends it not. And his light comes from the Father, which is represented by the Son.
Okay, that makes sense.
See what I mean? And then you got the Son connected with the midst of eternity, the